All right.
We'll call the August 19th school board meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Recognition of visitors, open forum.
Did not have any requests to speak this evening.
All right. Moving on, approve agenda.
So moved.
Second. Got a motion by Dwayne, second by Rebecca. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Cobra Pride.
All right, I would like to recognize Christy Faber. Our overhaul of the pre-K program, I know, is a lot of work. And trying to add the Spanish immersion, which we've not gotten any takers yet, but we are almost at capacity with our pre-K program. So we went from about, I think what she said today, 62 was our max that we had last year during our pre-K. This year we're at 88. And I know that 6 of those are from other districts for what it's worth. So really happy with the work she's done to try to get our pre-K program built up and going in the right direction. So just talk to her. She's doing a lot of work and I just wanted to thank her for that.
Number 6, approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Brian. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, new business. Discuss approve Spanish immersion childcare handbook.
So you did have a copy of that in your packet. Talking with Christy, we're gonna kind of put a deadline on that program on Wednesday. At some point, we have to make a decision to, we don't have people, we don't have the program, so currently we don't, so we have some backup plans in place if that doesn't work, so still wanted to get the handbook approved.
What's the teachers say about that whole thing? Nobody.
We have talked about other options and opportunities, so I think we'll be good.
Hate to miss it or whatever she decides they don't. So moved. Second.
Motion by Lloyd, second by Dale. To approve 7.1. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 7.2, approve Triton preschool handbook for 2024-2025.
Again, that was in your packet, not a lot of major changes there.
So moved.
Motion by Dwayne, second by Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 7.3, approve Triton Elementary School student handbook for 2024-2025.
Again, no significant changes for the elementary handbook.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Rebecca, second by Lloyd. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7.4, approve Triton Middle School student handbook for 2024-2025.
No significant changes, anything you'd like to speak to?
No, just a few staffing things, that was pretty much it, yeah.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Dale, second by Jim to approve 7.4. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 7.5, Triton High School student handbook for 2024-2025.
Kind of a couple big items. Would you like to speak to those, Mr. Luderman?
Just a reminder, thank you, Mr. Schlichting, just a reminder for the board, that the recommended changes in the handbook for this year were the changes in cell phones for students in grades 9 through 12. Being that they cannot be out in the classroom, so there's no discretionary items, they need to be put away. while in class and encourage them to keep them in a different space, either at home, a vehicle, or a locker. And then the next one is the recommendation for the change for the backpacks and the bags in class, to make that a non-discretionary item as well, and to leave those in a locker. It is a big change for our students. I just wanted to make sure and re-communicate that information, and then if approved, you could expect communication to go out to our students and families, tomorrow or Wednesday, as soon as we can get that done.
You answered my question.
Can I just add one more thing?
Yep.
Mr. Schlichting, there are always, special events and circumstances. So let's say a student that has to have a cell phone to track a medical need, or a bag to keep a medical supply or something like that. We'll always treat that on a case-by-case basis. So it's not an always, no matter what, because there always is a circumstance or two where students need to be permitted to have a certain item with them in class.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Dale. All those in favor of 7.5? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 7.6, approved staff handbook for 2024-2025.
Again, this was overhauled last year, so not a lot of changes, if any. Were there any?
Some small things, nothing major.
Yeah.
Basically directory information.
Yeah.
With new staff.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Rebecca, second by Lloyd. All in favor of 7.6, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7.7, discuss approved policy updates.
And this is basically that yearly batch and then the 300s.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Brian. All in favor of 7.7, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss approved resolution for appointing an identified official with authority for the external user access recertification system.
Yep, and there's a resolution. It's something we have to do every year. Basically, it gives me the authority to assign people access to the different permissions that they need. So, for instance, an example would be administrators need access to the discipline incident reporting system. I have to grant that. So anyone that gets access to that system, it has to be done through what they call the Iowa, which would be me. And then I have to recertify those every 365 days. So it's not like, in the old days, you could assign something and then it was indefinite. Now it has to be re-upped. So that's kind of part of the process, and it has to be in the board minutes that it was approved for me to be the designated official.
Make a motion to approve 7.8.
A second.
Motion by Dale, second by Rebecca to approve 7.8. It is a resolution, so we'll do a roll call vote. Brian,
Yes.
Dwayne,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Aye.
Dale,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
and Wendy, yes. 7.9, established December 16th, 2024 at 6:00 PM as the regular board meeting to discuss the levy and budget.
And basically, again, this just needs to be in the minutes that we approved it, so we don't have to have a separate meeting. They used to have separate meetings for those, and now they allow us to do it as part of a regular board meeting, but we have to have that approved in a board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Dwayne, second by Jim to approve 7.9. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7.10, discuss approve reauthorizing safe learning plan.
Probably the last time we'll have to do this for a while, because the ESSER funds will be spent. So that was the reason we had to continue to reauthorize it, but now that those will be sunsetting, those funds will be gone, we won't have to continue to do this every 6 months.
Are there any changes to the plan?
No changes.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Lloyd to approve 7.10. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7.11, discuss approve changing the regular school board meeting from November 18th, 2024 to November 13th, 2024 at 6 p.m. and setting November 13th, 2024 to canvass election of results.
So the election results have to be canvassed within a certain time frame after the election. Normally, we'd do that on the following Monday, but the following Monday is Veterans Day. So since that happened, and we still need to do it within the right time frame, so the regular board meeting in November would actually be on a Wednesday. Because we can't wait until the following Monday, because then it's too long after the election. So the best fit for a date to have that meeting is the 13th, which is a Wednesday. Any questions?
So that's just gonna be the fast meeting, just basically.
Well, it'll be the regular.
It'll be the regular board meeting for November.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve 7-11.
Second.
Motion by Rebecca, second by Dale. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Zed report.
Let's see, where do I start?
Start the beginning.
We skipped a month, so we had a meeting last Thursday. The gym, there was a lot of cars there, a lot of kids there. The gym is being used for the AAU program. And it happened to be tryout night for the girls, I guess. But they've been very happy with the facilities and access and anyway, that's they did hire a new building manager or
Building grounds.
Mhm.
grounds. The other guy retired and the new guy is from Byron by chance. And let's see, we had a calendar revision. They're doing their READ Act days. They're taking 4 student contact days and making them using them for the READ Act. I think they have 8 days total, but they're, the reasoning, they couldn't come up with a 2-hour, doing 2-hour delays is just too tough busing. Some districts don't have enough buses to manage the extra. So it's not a happy or it's not really what they wanted to do, but it's a 1-year deal. And I think they got somewhere around 23 people going through this. And the others will be doing some other training and whatever on these days. Let's see, I don't know if it is for sure, but the superintendent's meeting will be a week before the ZED meeting, or, well. Yeah, so if there needs to be any changes for our meeting, it was like a day before, it was the Wednesday before, I guess, before.
Gives you a little more
It
time.
might be the Wednesdays, but
Yeah.
it'll be a week prior. So in case there's some changes, they can get them ready for the board meetings. And they did renew the SRO contract with Casson for 24. Actually, they went to 25, 26 also. With Casson hasn't approved it yet, but thinking they would. This was, it's 30,000 the first year and 33 the second. Let's see. Well, and they are, okay, I think I mentioned before, and it got brought up again. Changing the board policy for fund balance to 10%. They think they can live with that. I don't know when it just got mentioned again, they're looking at some point probably changing that. I guess. Any questions? Oh, they did come up, two people have offered to sub. They've never really had any subs because they can't. Well. To get licensing in order to handle the clientele they have, yeah, the training and. But there was two people that, I don't know if they're retired for sure or what, but they want to sub and they have backgrounds with special ed. So they seemed happy with that. No, I'm done.
7.13 AD report.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
I just wanted to start off with a big thank you to our booster club. Over the last 12 months, we have kind of rebooted the whole booster club and really kind of made it an organization that's well run and is running like a machine right now. The booster club just fundraised through advertisements with the programs and now through our huddle streams in order to cover the entire huddle bill for the entire school district, as well as $20,000 in donations that will be split up amongst all of the different activity accounts for the programs that qualify within the criteria that they set. So you talk about supporting all of our programs. I think they've done that in a very systematic way by creating a set of criteria that the programs need to meet. Number one, with the amount of money that they have currently in their activity account and the number of participants that they have, to make sure that we're supporting all of our students instead of it just being the ones who have the connections with the booster club or ask for it. And so that's a great way for us to make sure that we are treating everybody the same and making sure that everybody has equal access to that funding. Sean Cochran and Carrie Ginder have done an awesome job of just leading that whole thing from the ground up, and it's really cool to see the commitment to helping students out within our community as well. Fall sports is right up on us. We've got girls soccer that's headed to Caledonia on Thursday. Volleyball is home next Tuesday, as well as girls soccer, and then football is next week. So it's right around the corner for that calendar to start filling up, right? So I'm getting excited for us to, number one, have kids back in the building, but us for the community to be able to come back as well and to celebrate our students. Last thing I just wanted to make sure everybody had kind of on their radars is that we've got the activities fair for the incoming ninth graders, in which we'll run about a 30-minute period in which we'll have all of our extracurricular programs that'll have kind of like a little booth or information that we can spread awareness to our incoming students to make sure that they know of all of the extracurricular activities that we have here. It's a great way for people to kind of make new connections and to start sparking some new interests. So we're excited and ready to kick off another year. So any questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Just in and I know this wasn't part of Corey's, but it was kind of part of the high school or AD report thing. One of the things just to be aware of that they're looking at doing in the past, the ninth grade has not fallen under the Minnesota State High School League jurisdiction, but they are voting on that to become part of the Minnesota State High School League jurisdiction, because there's so many ninth graders. And I mean, yes, there's eighth graders, seventh graders too, but what's happening is there's a lot of ninth grade activities that aren't following regulations, if you will. So it would regulate more of the ninth grade activities moving forward, which they've not in the past. They say that.
Yep. So currently, the way that the bylaws are written is that any level B squad and up is sanctioned by the high school league, and so this would include all 9th through 12th graders, no matter what level that they are participating at. I believe that one statistic that I saw from the state high school league is that it was only like a 10% increase in the total number of students that they would oversee, due to so many of those, 9th grade students are already participating in a B squad or above activity. So it's really making sure that the rules can be followed in an easier way. So I think it's a good thing. So
Sorry.
No. All good. All right, I think you can just continue on there. That's just the opening slide. As Mr. Schlichting and Mr. Black had noted, hard to believe, but we're here with fall activities starting in the school year just around the corner. So on behalf of the administrative team, we want to thank a number of individuals. You can see a list up there, and in all honesty, we've probably forgot some folks on the list. But just a number of individuals that go above and beyond to not only make sure the building's prepared, but our technology, our student information, that everything is good to go. But sometimes it seems like when you're working in the summer, it does drag on a little bit. And we get a lot of the energy that we have for working in education when students are in the building. But really, it's a process from graduation day until now. So it feels good to be in a spot to see more students in the building now with activities and welcoming new staff back on Friday for that workshop day. And then all staff will be back in the building on Monday. Anything else?
A quick funny little story. So I was just out to Sunshine Foods before I came here tonight. And I was talking to a student and he said, isn't summer great? Like the students don't have to school and you guys get the summer off. Like, we know better. There's a lot of people that work really hard in the summer.
It is
so-
great. You were right about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I received those questions too. What do you do in the summer? Prepare for you to come back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everything.
All right, just some upcoming events. Wanted to make sure board was informed. I don't know if you saw this on social media this week, but we put this piece out with all of the dates. So starting with the open house, the last few years, that's been on Thursday night. But this year on Thursday, we have an away football game. So we wanted to make sure and take care of that on Wednesday. May receive some questions on this as well, but we are doing school pictures on middle school night for the 6th through 12th grade this year as well. So hopefully attendance will be good. We can take care of that. On that same night, we do have some meetings for our families and students that are making a transition. So those students that are entering the 6th grade, the 9th grade as well, the 12th grade, we have that meeting for those parents on that night as well. The 12th grade meeting, if any of you have had a senior recently, we've done that at a number of times. Sometimes we've done it on the open house night and we've received the feedback. It'd be good to have this information a little bit earlier. And some nights, we've done it at different times. A year ago, I believe we did it in January. So trying to find out the best fit for that senior meeting. This year, we'll do it on open house night. And then I think we talked about this with the activities fair a little bit, but that first day of school, this is year 2 of kind of that orientation transition day, where on Tuesday, September the 3rd, it's an interview day in the elementary school, and then our 6th grade is here and our freshmen are here. So we'll do the orientation experiences on those days, and then we'll welcome all of our students back the secondary ones, because it's the second day for the interviews for the elementary school. But all students for the middle and high will be here on Wednesday, September 4th, and then on Thursday, the 5th. We're ready to go with everybody. So just a reminder, open house, once again, Wednesday, August 28th. If you want to come, we'll have the food trucks available here. Hammer Q and Unbakeable. If you remember Unbakeable, it used to be Cookie Dough Bliss. So it's, you get dishes of ice cream and cookie dough. They love it. So we're excited that they're making the trek down again this year.
Yeah, just very excited for middle school. We're doing a little bit different format with our orientation day, our first day of school, where our web leaders are pairing up with a homeroom teacher and leading the 6th graders through that day together. So I think that'll be a new and unique experience. Very beneficial for the sixth graders, but also for the teachers to get to know those students in a small group setting. So I'm really excited about that new change with our orientation day.
So once again, it's year 2 of that approach with the orientation day. A year ago, there were a lot of questions from our staff and also our community, but it worked great. It gives our transportation kind of a soft start, if you will, so they run the route. So they get some practice with that as well, so.
There are web leaders are in the building with Link Crew leaders, and I just think it's nice for them to have those leadership opportunities too, and be just with that one grade level. So unique experience for them as well.
All right. There was one slide on there, I don't know if I forgot it or not, but we created a website for back to school information. We put it out with that Facebook post with the calendar information too. A lot of times I think we do a good job with communication, but we're sending this and we're sending that. So we're looking for a one-stop shop with everything back to school. So if you're on the Triton page, if you click on the families tab, it pops up on the top if you want to have a look.
And when Luke says we, it was him. It is a fantastic site. It really is a great one-stop shop. So you did a really nice job. with
We
it.
are a team. There was some
Yeah.
feedback and some changes. So, all right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, 7:15, superintendent's report.
Oh, I did put it on my update, talked a little bit that governance of 9th grade that's gonna be voted on. So we'll I don't see why it wouldn't pass, but just wanted to remind you of that. REDACT MOU, I need to meet with the union yet, and the state gave us a template to try to follow as far as the training that goes along with the REDACT, and how we compensate people for that. We do get some money for it, but it ultimately it'll come down to negotiating that out with them. Activity day, just wanted to put that on your radar. This next year, usually they do a rotation, but whichever school was supposed to have it had some construction, so we're scheduled to do Zed Activity Day, May 9th. We actually set that date after the meeting that Lloyd had, so just wanted to put that on your radar. Also, if you're available, we have the back to school breakfast on Monday, the 26th at 8 o'clock in the cafeteria. Any questions? All right.
Any other? Anybody got anything else?
Ooh, I got one.
Oh.
So now that it's official that Luke is gonna be superintendent, when does the search begin for someone to take his spot?
Good question. We've talked about kind of what would be the ideal time frame, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we thought sometime before Christmas break this year, or before the holiday break, we would get that posted. That's pretty early in the game, but that's where you want to be. You know, because a lot of times what you end up with is that's when sometimes your superintendent searches start, and then those leave vacated principal positions. So a lot of times that's kind of that happens. So I feel like we're going to be really ahead of the game. And I know that there are quality people that are interested. That doesn't mean that they'll apply, but it's just reassuring to know that there are some folks out there that are taking note of the great things that are happening here and voicing that in expressing interest in the possible opportunity. So I'm pretty excited about that. That was a big fear. But I'm feeling much better about where we're at. I feel great that Luke's ready to take over and can take care of that process, and you know, hopefully we can have that wrapped up in the spring. So, but definitely exciting knowing that there are people that really look at this and go, wow, You guys are doing great things. I mean, I just updated, I put a post out on LinkedIn today, 55 credits that a student can get here at Triton. That is amazing. You know, and it's kind of like I talked to a parent today and they said, you know, you don't realize this, but I want you to realize that you saved our family $23,000 because my child didn't have to go to school for 4 years. They only had to go for 3. So just puts it into perspective. It's an amazing thing that we have here, and very proud of the work that our staff have done to get licensed, because there's a lot of schools that don't have any. There are some that don't have any, but there are some that have very few. You know, we're talking maybe 10. And when you look at what we have, 55, it's just incredible. It's a great opportunity for kids.
Anything else? Okay, our next board meeting is Monday, September 16th. There's nothing else. I take a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Dwayne, second by Dale. All in favor?
Aye.